I have always been a creator. I've always been an entrepreneur. I started at a very young age and I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I didn't know exactly the path that I was going to take, but I had a vision and I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur that empowers others to create. As soon as I realized that there was a way for me to do that and that I could generate income for myself and then invest in myself, even as a teenager, I was all about that. One of my very first jobs, I was 14 years old, 15 years old, and I was working at a formal gown bridal boutique. I was working for a very specific mission, and that was to invest in myself. So at that moment, I was like, I need equipment. And my parents were looking at me like, for what? What do you need equipment for? So that's where it came from. As I was going through that process of building this brand and becoming an emerging designer, I built a global jewelry business in my basement. The jewelry was being showcased during Paris Fashion Week, the jewelry being sold in different retailers all around the world. There was that challenge that I faced of trying to do everything myself. And so I needed to, access a manufacturing partner, and the type of manufacturing partner that I wanted, that I needed, did not exist. I realized that I need to go out and build it because, it wasn't just my problem. There was a greater opportunity to empower a world of other creators. I think the process of building the team was really, for me, like looking at like the community, like who do I want in the right seats? Who is smarter than me? Who's better than me? And then there's that moment of like, okay, well, what can we do next? So we're scaling our manufacturing operation and really like putting our roots here in Detroit, but we're also scaling in other ways too, from the technology side. Those are the things that, really get me inspired. I'm always like, looking at like what's next. And so I was invited to join Richard Branson on a bike tour. It was literally the most intense bike ride that I've ever taken. Like I ended up throwing up on this bike ride. But there was something about the way that I was broken down physically that allowed for me to be opened up emotionally. And, one of the things that Richard Branson shared with me was that, when you feel like giving up, when you feel like you have reached your max, that you cannot go any further, no, that's only 10% of what you're capable of. And so I was like, wow, I'm on the side of the road throwing up. I'm only at 10%. Doing what has never been done before is challenging. And doing what has never been done before as a Black woman is even more challenging. But when you focus on the thing that is motivating you, which is empowering others, that's the thing that keeps me going. One of the things that I would, say to the next young entrepreneur is to do it. Is to bet on yourself and to believe in yourself. The next multi-million-dollar jewelry brand is being built on Gildform. I am a living, breathing testament of really turning an idea into reality and building the world that I want for myself. But it starts with believing in yourself.